Welcome back. That was early morning in Australia, but meanwhile back in the shop, the guys have been busy, and so much that they have to do with all these ribs. So there's about 60, so you're going to get kind of tired of looking at all this. But anyway, as you can see, they're flying through them. This is again the second half of the ones for the straight tank. So it looks like the guys have got pretty much all of the straight tank ones done, and it looks like these ones now they're getting on to the wing ribs. Yep, those are wing ribs. And these are also wing ribs, and here's some of the finished ones that have been taken out of the molds now, so they just need to be trimmed off around the edges of the flanges there. Yeah, they're looking really nice. So it looks like the guys are making really good progress towards getting all these done, and I imagine once all the ribs are done, they'll be getting on to laying up the skins for the strake, the upper and lower skins for the strake. And for those who haven't really been following along for very long, this is kind of how it works here. You lay up the carbon fiber with the core, and then more carbon fiber, and you put down a layer of peel ply, and then breather fabric, perf film, which is the pinky sort of one there, and then the sort of cotton breather fabric, and then the vacuum bag over the top, and then you take off the other side of the tacky tape there and seal up the bag. And then you make sure everything gets sort of tucked in nicely, and that's what Jeff's doing here. You don't want sort of the bag really touching the perf film, so that's what the breather fabric is for there. And then you hit it with the vacuum, and boom, it takes all the air out of there and compresses it nicely. So then you check for any leaks and let it cure. So it stays under vacuum there for at minimum several hours, but we just leave them overnight. Yeah, meanwhile it looks like Keith and Zach are also been working on finishing off these plugs for the upper and lower skins for the elevators. So it looks like they're already on the second round of sanding for those, or second coat of primer, so they're not too far away from being ready to wax up and pull the mold off of those. And here's Jeff and Devon laying up a couple more. It looks like these are actually the other half of the straight tank ones now. So they're kind of mixing it up and doing different ones, because this is that big tray that we did a while back, which was most of the ribs for the straight tank, and then we switched over and we kind of did individual molds for all of the ribs for the wings. And so this is one of those individual ones, and so this is like a trailing edge one here, one of the wing ribs one, and so there's the finished product of a couple of those that are under vacuum. So they are making really good progress there. I'm super happy about that. By the time I get back, all those wing ribs will be done. And here's a bunch more that are all ready to go with all the fabric and everything like that already cut. So they're just flying through that. Yeah, super happy about the progress they're making there. And meanwhile, back in the land down under, so it's been great here so far. I spent a few nights with my mother at her place, and now I'm spending a few nights with my brother camping there by the beach in the caravan park. So from the last video, a few people asked to see some wildlife. So there's some kangaroo, and there's a little bit more kangaroo, and here is a little bit more kangaroo. So there's plenty of them around actually. They're kind of like see more of them than you do see squirrels in the US, and they're super approachable, and you don't want to go sort of near them too much, but they're very friendly and they're not scared of you at all. And these are kind of small ones. We saw one the other evening that was as big as a grizzly bear, which was kind of scary actually, and I'll try and get some video of that before I leave here. And this is a rainbow lorikeet, which actually was so friendly it would have eaten out of my hand if I'd had something to feed it, and they're kind of very inquisitive. And that's about all I have for you this time, so I hope everyone has a happy new year, and I hope 2018 brings good things for you. And until the next update, we'll see you later.